Munchies and more. I am your host, Charisse, and today we are going to make a vegan pizza. But we're going to do a little twist with this vegan pizza. So when I was in my 20s, I grew up in downtown Frederick, and there was this little pizza shop, well, a little like shop, a Pizza and Pretzel Creations was the name of it. It was this little shop on North Market Street, and it was right on the strip where all of the bars were, and they were open until 3 a.m. So I don't know if the pizza was just good because I was drunk at 3 a.m. after the bar getting some snacks, some midnight munchies, if you will, or if the pizza's just amazing, which I think it is because it is a pizza on pretzel dough. So I've been craving it for 2 years since we've been vegan, and we're gonna make a vegan pizza on a pretzel dough, and it's gonna be so good. Girl, I can't wait. First things first, we need to bloom our yeast. So we have half a cup of almond milk and half a cup of water that has been warmed, not hot, because if you watch any of my videos with yeast, we don't want it hot or we're going to burn our yeast and ruin it and kill it, and it is gonna die. So warm, so we're gonna put our yeast in there, and then we're gonna put 2.5 teaspoons of sugar in there, and then we're just gonna let this hang out and let this bloom. We'll stir it up. Of course, I didn't get a utensil, so fuck it, I'll just use my finger. Just so they can feed off of each other, the sugar can get that yeast, and it's gonna bloom. It'll take about 5 minutes, and then we'll come back for the rest. As you can see, our yeast has bloomed. It's nice and frothy, so now we're going to add the rest. If you saw my pretzel video previously, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. That's actually exactly what we're doing, except we're just gonna do it a little bit differently at the end. So I have 2¼ cups of all-purpose flour with 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, and then I've melted 3 tablespoons of Smart Balance of vegan butter, and then I let it come to room temperature a little bit more. We don't want it super hot and to kill our yeast. I've done coconut oil before instead of the butter. I've done a butter flavored coconut oil, which was super awesome, but today I just went old school. You can certainly do this on your KitchenAid with your dough hook. I chose to do it this way, just like I did my other pretzel dough, because, well, I just like playing with dough. So we're just gonna get this a little mixed up, and as you can see, we're a little sticky, so we're gonna add a little bit of extra flour to our surface when we're working with this. This is easier than my bagel dough. If you saw the bagel one and not the pretzel one, the bagel dough is a little bit firmer of a dough. I am gonna play. So it takes a little bit longer. We need that for about 10 minutes, but this we're only going to need for about 3 to 5 minutes. We just want it to come together. It's gonna be a fairly sticky dough. As you can tell, it's already kind of sticky. We have a little bit of different humidity in the air today because it's been storming. So we're just gonna make sure we put a little bit extra on there while we're kneading away. And make sure you guys subscribe to my channel while I have you. Push that red button. I put out recipe videos twice a week. We're just gonna knead this just a little bit, and it's gonna be, oh, you guys, when I show you the cheese that I got to put on top of this, the vegan cheese, I can't even tell you. See, it's getting a little sticky again, so we're gonna put a little bit more on there. Our dough is nice and soft and ready to start rising. So I put some Pam on the outside of this bowl, and we're just gonna put this dough ball in there, cover it up, and we're gonna let this hang out for about an hour. Whilst our dough is rising, we are going to get our mise en place going. So I'm actually going to do a broccoli, onion, and roasted red pepper pizza. So we're gonna chop up our broccoli into small pieces, our red onion, and then we're gonna slice up these a little bit smaller to put on our pizza. All right, so we have our mise en place going. We've got our broccoli cut. We've got our purple onions. Yes, they're purple, not red. We've got our roasted red peppers all cut up. And then this delicious follow your heart vegan mozzarella. If you can see, there's already a little bit gone. Had to try it, right? So we put this in the freezer so that if you guys saw on my vegan macaroni and cheese video, which is the last one I put up, go watch it. Best vegan mac and cheese of your life. But we put it in the refrigerator so that it makes it a lot easier for us to shred to put on top of our pizza. If you saw my vegan pretzel video, you saw that we have to dip our pretzels into a baking soda bath of water and let them boil for about 30 seconds. Well, since we're doing a whole pizza dough, we're gonna do it a little bit differently this time. So I heated up 2 cups of water in the microwave, so it's nice and hot, and then I have 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda and a half a teaspoon of salt, and we're gonna put that in there. And we wanna make sure this has dissolved completely. And then we're just gonna let this sit and hang out until we get our pizza dough ready. Or our pretzel pizza dough ready. You guys, look at our pizza dough has risen so much. So here comes my favorite part. We're gonna punch it. Yes, look at it just like flop down. Okay, so now instead of rolling it out into pretzel form like we normally would do, we're gonna flop it down. If I can get it out, we're gonna flop it on our what do you call this? Baking sheet, cookie sheet. And then we're gonna roll it out on here. You can use your fingers and just kind of push it out, or you can use a rolling pin to help roll it out. You could do any size. I'm just doing a regular baking sheet right now. Oh, I should have floured my rolling pin. Lesson learned. I'm just doing a regular baking sheet because we don't have a pizza pan. But you could just do a regular, you could do irregular shapes, you could do circles, you could do anything your little heart desires. You just wanna roll it out. Okay, so now that we have preheated our oven to about 450 degrees, and we're gonna take our baking soda and salt water, and we're gonna brush it on there. As if you guys have watched me before, you know I don't have a brush. So what I do is I take a paper towel and I kind of scrunch it up so it has like little fluffy ends here, and we're just gonna dip it in our water a little bit, and we're just gonna kind of brush this on. Now again, if you watched my vegan pretzel recipe, you would see that the reason we do this is that's what gives it that pretzel flavor. It gives it that nice brown color, a little crunch. And we're gonna par bake this before we put any toppings or anything on it. We're gonna bake it for about 6 minutes in the oven to get it nice and crispy, and then we'll take it out and start adding the rest of our toppings. So our dough is almost cooked all the way through, but not completely. And this is where we're gonna start adding our toppings. So I use a spaghetti sauce because I like the tomato, garlic, and onion spaghetti sauce because I think it has a much nicer flavor. You can do any pizza sauce you want. You're just gonna wanna spread this in. Now here's where the fun part comes. You can obviously do any toppings of your choosing. This is just what I am choosing to do. I'm gonna do a little bit on the bottom, put some cheese, and put a little bit more on top. So we have onions, we have some roasted red peppers, we have some broccoli. You could do mushrooms, you could do spinach, you could do jalapenos, you could do anything your heart desires. And then obviously, you guys, the key to any vegan pizza that I'm gonna tell you right now is the vegan cheese, right? So you could use any sort of pizza dough. You could get a refrigerated one. You could make it just a normal pizza dough. But then the trick, y'all, is that follow your heart mozzarella that we have shredded up. So we're gonna put some on here, and then we're gonna add more of our toppings. And we're just gonna keep layering it up because motherfucking pizza, I'm freaking out right now, you guys. Now that we are all loaded up, you guys, we're gonna pop this back in the oven until our cheese is nice and ooey gooey. You guys, look at this, look at like the ooey gooey cheesiness. Like, how legit does that look? A nice thick pretzel crust. All right, I actually haven't tried this yet, so I'm really excited. It's probably gonna be really hot because I'm impatient, so sorry. Oh my God. You guys, this follow your heart mozzarella, motherfucking game changer right now. This doesn't taste vegan at all. I mean, it's got vegetables on it instead of meat, but who doesn't get veggie pizza? I know plenty of omnivores who get veggie pizza. So, holy shit, I kind of want to finish this video really quick so I can eat the fuck out of this right now. And the pretzel-y. I fucking love it. And you should make it. Even if you're not vegan, holy hell. Use the pretzel dough recipe and just use the regular cheese if that's how you roll. Look, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel, you guys. Full written recipe, as per usual, will be in the link in the description, midnightmunchiesandmore.com. Make sure you interact with me on social media. I got so many pictures of everybody's vegan macaroni and cheese who made my recipe and your like variations, and that was the coolest thing ever. So definitely do that with me. Again, And again, I put out videos twice a week, mostly Wednesdays and Saturdays, so I'll catch you next time.